I think there's no doubt that looking back on last night, taking out the selfish part of wanting to see him there, I think you guys were right, and most of the audience who said he shouldn't be there was right. Having seen it, and I kept thinking about you, Delgado, last night, because even though I may be the only one who thought... Huh?
I said, I'm sorry to hear that.
I may be the only one who thought DeSantis had a fine night. It wasn't spectacular. I didn't think it was horrible. I thought the bar was set very high. I thought he did fine. To move on to the next one, he'll learn some things and move on. I did think about you saying, well, it's great that I love the cover band, but why do I need the cover band when I've got AC/DC? Or why do I need to go see Big Shot when I can just go see Billy Joel at the Garden? I love Big Shot. They're great, but Billy Joel's still there. He's still selling tickets. He's still got it together, and I want the real thing. I was thinking about that, watching that, thinking, well, I think he's doing fine, but it's not Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
He set the bar so high. And like you said, DeSantis did a fine job. He was fine, but that was it. He needed to be better than fine.
I think he was advised.
He really needed to give the rest of the people on that stage the stiff arm, especially Vivek. But he just didn't do it. And again, it falls outside. You look back at 2022 when this guy was all over Florida, kicking ass and taking names, and everybody was cheering him on. And now all of a sudden he starts running for president. He's not the same guy anymore. You know,
it's almost
does he
like
have too many people yapping in his ear. Oh, don't do this, don't do that. And make sure you look that. Make sure you smile. Make sure you do this. Don't smile too much, but bring
I think that's what happened with DeSantis. It was almost like he was advised to stand down and see what happens. Instead of
I don't know. He's just and now and there's this thing on all over. Whether it be Getter or Twitter or whatever they're calling it these days. Of if you know the show Homelander, I mentioned it before. Of this particular moment when he's making a strong statement, and then he stops and he tries to smile but not really smile, and it's almost like he's got a tic and he's grinding his bottom teeth, and I'm like, oh no, that's not a good look. And somebody put it right next to Homelander. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're making him look like Homelander. That's terrible because Homelander's a bad guy. Ugh.
Does that really matter though? What's the point of that?
It's imagery. And people, we're visual creatures, right? We look at things and we naturally gravitate to things we like. We push away from things we don't like. So if we see something that kind of throws us off, like, it leaves a picture in your mind. And once you have that picture in your mind, you can't unsee it.